want to do that with my hair, but it's got that much product in it, don't move.
I'm surprised it needs product at the moment.
Oh, fuck it. It would be massive. That's the other problem. People are like, oh, your hair's thin. It's like, no, it's just loads of product in it. Because if there isn't, it's like I have to get a shoehorn to get myself out of the door. My hair doesn't get long; it just gets massive. It's the Jamaican
John Malcolm's in chat.
The John Malcolm.
Yeah.
Walls
Back.
Bob Clark's here. Bob Clark lives in somewhere. I think it's called like the Mushroom Village, something like that.
No.
He
That's not a
does.
place.
Isle of Wight Mushroom Village. That's what I think.
Isle of Wight, maybe then.
I'm making up parts of that for my own amusement.
Start with a name.
Dean Feeney, Gareth's there, Mark Hall's only down the road. I can hear his keyboard going. It's not fun.
Johan, Keith,
Mr. Fairchild's in.
Pat,
Oh, Fairchild, yeah, he's got a
Gazza.
new mod, of course he is.
Dino,
Hey, Bob heard me because he put hi John.
Scotty, Marky,
Oh, little Nicky's
Gareth
back
Heath.
as well.
Nicky Sturgeon.
No, little Nicky, the pink, the one,
Oh,
the lady who'd
yeah.
like a pink mod, and now a member of the Ideal Ohm Show Facebook group. The new Ohm Show fucking bollocks. It's only been like in a year and a bit, 2 years, whatever. Fucking brain dead. Oh,
Keith can hear
voices. We don't know
So
if he can hear us.
Dion's quite reliable.
He does work on a psychiatric ward. Let's just see if he can.
Yeah.
Oh, Dion is fine. Dion's all right. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Excellent. All the people.
Because Steve is afflicted with massive hair as well, which is a well-known disease. I think it's from 80s babies. People got massive hair.
Let's leave an awkward pause and roll intro. Okay, the intro's on.
The thing is, good thing is David's looking quite pale with his pale background, so I'm not as pale today. It's just like,
You were the
yay!
Yay!
Welcome to the new Ohm Show, Chapter 57. Welcome back. Thank you for coming. Smash that like button. You know it's going to be great.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
It's not a review system. It's an appreciation system for what is going to be an hour and a half of barnstorming entertainment guaranteed.
Exactly.
And then untick it later when it's shit.
Twice.
Once
You have to
I-
click it
once I
twice to
start
cancel it.
Yeah. Yes. So that's the thing. Welcome to it.
One and all.
Welcome to today's guest host, David Childs, of numerous vaping things these days. Obviously, long term Omi, but sort of the one sane host of the TVRP.
Yeah.
The one currently unsanctioned host, yes.
Yeah.
That's like I assume that's like
It's
dealing
good
with
to have a normal guy.
twin toddlers.
It is sometimes, yeah. It is like dealing with a drunk baby sometimes. Yeah.
What we'll talk about the vaguely vaping related podcast later, but that's David from there. That's why you recognise his voice and his face from TikTok.
I don't recognise Richard's voice at the moment because he's doing a weird one.
I'm just being spunky.
Fucking spunky.
You're not allowed to do that on YouTube.
Yeah, no spunk.
Oh
You
yeah.
said don't do it.
Okay, so let's not get into reading chat this early. We saved that for when we've run out of material. So it's going to be a really good show, like I already said. We got a load of news. It's news from all four corners of the globe. Not that it's a perfect square,
No, I was going to say it's round.
but if you put it on a map,
Yeah, it depends on the shape of the map, doesn't it? If you put it on a triangle map, it will be triangle.
Unless, of course, you're a flat earther.
Yeah,
No,
well, it'll always be
yeah,
flat.
perfect.
It's a picture, David. That's fine.
yeah, it's quite complicated. It's actually harder to look at flat.
Yeah, and you can lie about the size of things, but we're all used to that.
Yeah. We'll get into cartography later on. But we have got news
Now
from,
they're
news,
hooked. Now
news-
they're going nowhere.
news from all over the world. We really do have news from all over the world. We've got quite a few new things as well. I've got some actual physical new things here, and new things like we show every week, or pictures of new things, and there's quite a few of those. Scotty, lot of shit mod with equally shit pictures. Yes, there will be some absolutely shite stuff shown, and they won't be great pictures of that shite stuff. I can confirm that.
They will be.
So relax.
I believe in you.
Relax.
I believe in you. I believe.
The consistency is
Straight line, mate.
yeah. I've always
Beautiful.
said that. I've had meetings where I've said that, and so that's the thing. That's an actual thing. So let's just crack on. Otherwise, we'll literally run out of time.
Have you got a fairy in a box on a frame behind you, hanging there? In like
That
yeah.
It's Tinkerbell's holiday home.
It is a fairy. I knew it was. See? Turn her off. Yeah, that's where she goes.
it's just so I look really, really good on YouTube. That's the difference maker.
Oh, is it?
No, I don't know. I just saw it and thought, do you know what it was? That plant could have been misconstrued for a different type of plant than what it was.
The
And I
plant.
felt like
You make it. You had a plant there before.
Yes.
Ah.
I felt it like it sent mixed messages about harm reduction.
You're such a dog. I was like, what the fuck are you on about?
What it looked like a cannabis plant, but it wasn't at all.
It was just a
In
fern.
real life, it doesn't. But when you start blurring it and putting like a smoky essence,
All those filters that you've got to put on to keep yourself looking young.
yeah, I look amazing on normal videos, don't I? Horrific in this. Yeah, that's actually how it works. So yeah, John,
Hello, mate.
what you vaping? What you drinking?
I am.
That was an 8-minute intro.
That's not bad. I like
it's
it.
not
8
great.
minute well, it depends what you're after. I watched the show mainly for the intro, so for me, this is going to be one first putting a bookmark on, mate.
It's not. How is it a fairy? It's a light bulb.
It does look like a captured fairy.
Yeah, but that's it now. That's always going to be referred to as a fairy. Oh yeah, that fairy on YouTube that has a fairy behind him.
John's
That's
work here
that's
is
permanent
done.
now. That's worse than having a ganja plant.
Yeah, whatever. I have got surreptitiously trying to read it, but I never can. The techno. What the fuck is it? The techno mod. The tech mod. I haven't had any. You know, I only ever had a problem with this live the other day. I have the techno mod with the ha on top.
Techno.
And in that, I have got Mabacco. But last week, it auto-siphoned during the show, and it never did it again. It was like, no, I'll do it
How's
again.
that the mod's fault?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you're talking about the whole setup.
Yeah, it just it auto-siphoned the tank. And I was kind of like going, no, it's fine, and then like tipping it out. But it never done that. And I said I hadn't had any problems with leaking. I haven't. But yeah, it did this time. You know that feeling when you know
At your
you take
wattage, surely you can really ram the cotton down.
Yeah, but I don't like to do that, so I don't do it.
Fair enough. It happens to the best of us.
Happen.
It happens to the best
Either
of
way,
us.
it didn't. It's never happened again. It must have been me fucking about with the juice control, fucked it up. Anyway,
Heat
Mabacco.
wave next week, so a little bit of extra cotton in your tanks next week, people.
Is there a heat wave, really?
Mm-hmm.
I'll need to go and get shorn by the farmer or something, will I?
They're
Just
calling
queue
it,
up.
because it's happening at Easter, they're calling it Beaster.
Are they really?
No.
You're such a dick.
Beast from the West.
Oh, you were doing so well with Beaster as well. I would have stuck with Beaster. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, I don't know if it worked.
And I've got I've got crack current back. I don't know how much crack current we've got. I'll check. Live update on the stock.
What's that got to do with it?
We could just sell it
You
to
didn't
people.
personally run out.
I did.
You personally ran out of crack current.
I hadn't had any crack current for about 3 months.
Why didn't you put a bottle to one side?
Oh, this time I fucking have. No, but I always do. But then somebody will always give me a sob story, and then I've got a
It's
hard
like walking
goal.
into a pub and the landlord going, I'm gasping.
Yeah. Oh fucking hell! Delivery's here. Delivery's here. Oh thank fuck.
Get that barrel quick. Absolutely gasping.
I used to work at a petrol station and run out of petrol sometimes. That's really embarrassing if you do that.
I'm not one of those people.
Oh, yeah.
There's two types of people, isn't there? The people that run with the E-light on. And the people that don't run with the E-light on.
Let me just wait. I used to ride a vintage scooter. There was no petrol gauge, right? And I just kind of like that thing you do all the time, but just went out of my head to do it. And I'd be riding to work and it'd just go pop, 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 pop. And then I'd ring one of my staff and go, "Hi, can you come and pick me up because I've run out of petrol?" That's embarrassing. That is. If you run the petrol station and one of your staff,
but I'm sure you told them when they got there it was a classic engine and
that can happen.
Give them the whole classic thing.
Yeah. This because they can't see because you had to tip it side to there. Who cares anyway? That happened to me a couple of times. I've got crack current in the Dwar on top of the MVP5, which I've done up so it doesn't rattle anymore. It turns out dropping it a lot, all the Allen screws had come loose, so it's fine again now.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. That is absolutely delicious. Obviously 50 milligram because I'm mad. Our local co-op only really sells one. No, Sainsbury's only really have one IPA that's not mental.
Sainsbury's only has one IPA.
No, it has IPAs, but they're all shit. Apart from this and a new one by Beavertown. Is it called Quantum? Somebody who watches the show was drinking it. Anyway, I had to buy.
Beavertown's a scam.
Me too, but I had to buy Brewdog because it was £13 for 12. And I've been drinking them, but I recently lost the taste for it. I thought they were really boring. Anyway, I have Vocation in the house tempting me, but these just got to get through it.
What are those than the non-alcoholic ones? You
No.
haven't just got to get through Punk IPA.
It's not as good. No, it's not. But it's not Vocation, is it? It's delicious. They're my treat for doing my job and getting through this shit.
It's a hard life.
It's terrible. I haven't been anywhere, so at least that's cheaper. David,
Hello.
how you doing, mate?
Yeah.
What are you vaping and what are you drinking? You are drinking today, which I wasn't expecting at all.
Yes, I am. Yes, in honor of the show, I am having a drink. So vaping. Vapes I have with me. There's only one I'm vaping on, but one of the vapes I have with me is the Aspire Mulus, and that has got Cactus Mojito in it.
Oh, very good choice.
I have the Tesla YE2 with a EVL twin on top, and that has got Cactus Lychee.
She's just a good man all the way through. That's a nice setup there as well. And you've got two tanks there that are both got. They're both you're running. Have you got the same coils in them?
You need a white drip tip.
Both Nautilus coils.
Which one have you gone with?
The 0.70.
That's the one.
Yeah.
He's smashing it out of the park, this man.
Is that mesh?
No, there's a 0.70 mesh and a 0.7 stainless steel. I think the one I use is stainless steel.
Fair play.
It's a good coil, that is.
But use that one. So it's very cool. And the thing that if I need it, that I will be tooting on, is the T18-2, and inside that I have got No Frills, blueberry slushy.
They can't all be winners. I get it.
That's at 20 milligrams.
We've got Enduro News coming up.
Oh, it is the beginner's tank that we all decided is the best one ever.
It definitely had. It had a solid 11 months of being my official recommendation to smokers, which is saying a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, right. And I am drinking on Twisted Knots American IPA, a grapefruit aroma with notes of zesty citrus fruit, 5.5% alcohol, Lidl's finest.
Fair enough. I thought you hadn't got another one. Like as
I have another one, but probably one will be enough for me because I don't drink a lot. But yes, I do. If emergency comes in, I have got a. It's like a Frulli-esque as fruit beer.
I like it.
I've had that one that you're drinking now.
Yeah,
is it Lidl or Aldi?
It's Lidl's. Yep,
I've had it.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's all right actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, I never drink IPA, so I've no. It tastes nice to me, so it must be okay. As being someone who very rarely has a beer of any sort, but yeah. So that's everything. So Richard, what are you vaping on, and what are you drinking on?
Good question.
He's forgotten what he's doing. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, no, yeah. I remember now.
I am drinking. I've got a 4-pack of Dead Pony Club, so I'm gonna drink those. It's alright. I like it still. It's a session, isn't it? It's a session.
Yeah, it just needs a bit more flavour. That's what I want from it.
I know what you mean. But I'm alright with it. Also vaping on. Still this, sort of just seeing it through and see how long it goes. With Cloudy Lemonade from Jeffries in here. That's the Drag Max with the VXV low wattage pod conversion RTA thing, which I did a video on that came out last weekend. This, which I've just done a video on, this is the Freemax M Pro 2, but with an RBA base.
Okay.
So it's actually an RTA in its current form. Not a looker. But stellar. It's better than most normal dual coil RTAs in terms of the flavour, etc. This obviously still the K-Fun 21 with the mix. In terms of juices, a little bit of Just Jam.
Yes.
The Cloudy Lemon, which you said, and obviously this.
Which one's that? Breakfast?
No.
Oh, regular?
B1.
Lee.
Cassandra B1.
Cassandra B1. Ah. James. Why, I'm it. It's Cassandra. It's more like a fucking Wearside Jack than James, but whatever.
It's not miles off. Oh, this is what's got the Cassandra in. No, I just took this out. I didn't dig it out, but it's just been sat there. It's one of my favourite vapes of the last couple of years. And it's just sat there, it's been staring at me, and literally 6 inches away, one of the coils, and I just thought, oh, forget, get back on
Still
this
good?
train. I think it's great. What am I at? 25 watts, and it's just, bang on the money.
There's that things that just work.
Yeah, I think so.
I think if you've got a vape with the right, I think it's all about air. If it's the right one for you, you're done. So for me, that's why I always get the R16, because it just, for me, it makes no fucking sound at all.
Yeah.
And the draw is absolutely perfect. That's all I wanted, which is 0.8, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
like this K-Fun 21, I'm only at 16 watts, and I've got the air right open.
Yeah.
But which is all wrong. It's all the wrong way around. But for me, it's just a really nice, relaxed sort of low watt.
And the vape and the battery must actually last a decent time.
Yeah.
You got a day out of that easy.
Yes. And the other things, I'm not really vaping yet, but they're new, so I'll show them later. But I've not really had a chance to sort of have a proper thought out. So that is that, I think.
Nice.
Yes. So, the news. What's
the news,
John?
The old. Oh, there is big news today. If I can open the right app, there is big news. Oh, big news. I'm going to go with Forbes because a lot of people are carrying this today, but it's definitely worth it. China's proposed new e-cigarette regulations slash vaping billionaire Kate Wang's net worth by more than 40%. Shares in the publicly traded Chinese e-cigarette maker RLX Technology plunged by more than 40% on Monday.
They've missed a trick here, Forbes. They could have gone with Get Your Wang Out.
Get Your Wang Out was pretty good, yeah. After two of the country's regulators announced a new draft set of rules
of wang
that could classify e-cigarettes as tobacco products, a move that could increase scrutiny on related industry. Yeah, so they went from 6 billion net worth to 3.4 billion in a minute, which is like unbelievable.
Yeah, but it's pretend money.
I know it is. I totally agree.
It's like when people put those postcards saying, "Great news, your house has gone up 20 grand." It's like, well, I can't afford a removal.
But nobody
lorry,
understands the fake money thing of housing. You confuse them. They really actually believe it's theirs. You fucking.
But she didn't have 6 billion, and now has 3 billion. No, I'm telling these idiots watching.
Yeah.
It's but it's interesting though, isn't it? So is she?
The regulation
she must
changed.
Be the. Is she the? Who was the guy? I thought it was a bloke that became like China's
David.
first top.
David Jiang.
Ah.
It was because we were just talking about their net worth. It was more interesting. Jiang, because their share, obviously the share split is why that was more interesting. Jiang's net worth dropped by 2.8 billion to 1.6 billion, and Yilong, who also has money in it, had 1.8 billion and had 1 billion by Monday afternoon.
So what are the new regs?
Well, basically, the American regs. Well, kind of, or it's a mishmash of everything. It's reclassifying e-cigarettes as tobacco.
You'd think they didn't need the money. If there was ever a state which you thought aren't short of a bob or two, you'd think China. But I suppose it's all money, isn't it? Money's more money.
It's quite an interesting development, which could cause more problems for America's already struggling vape companies, especially when it comes to hardware. They're struggling already with this in a network.
There won't be regs on making it. There'll be regs on the populace using it, won't it? Yeah, and
buying it, and tax implications,
and selling it.
They shouldn't have bothered because no one's doing it over there. They're almost advertising it.
Manufacturing it for export. I think. What do you think? The American. So the way the American vape companies now, they've kind of worked out an inner network of system is what they're going with, which is with the new USPS ban on vaping products, and all the other couriers have also banned it. That you order something, it goes to your local vape shop, and you pick it up from there. And also distributors working within that. So if you work for a liquid company, but I can see them fucking with that as well, because unlike legislation in the UK, which is very, very different from the US, they can make an amendment. Like on Monday, they can make an amendment. They can't do anything about it. They're much more. I still remember when we did the short film thing over here, loads of people thought it was a fluke, and I remember it being months before going, shut the fuck up, because if they changed that fucking paragraph, we're dead. And knowing that once it was in, they couldn't change it was fantastic, but they don't have that in the US. You can just make an amendment to it.
I know. Yeah. I don't know. I think they'll let it slide.
What?
I think they'll let it slide.
Depends, because Biden's not a vaping fan.
And it depends if big tobacco notices or not.
He's made it. He's trying right now. He's crazy. He's trying to make it more difficult for people to shoot each other. I mean, what the fuck?
That's not going to work.
Yeah, you can't have an assault rifle to keep in your house. Fucking hell, mate. What's next? Fridges? Jesus, man. He's a lunatic.
I need that assault rifle in case there's a bear.
Yeah,
Oh, right. What do you need?
That runs off.
And that one and that one for.
That you need to shoot from 100 meters. You're going to need that bad. Well, but what? Oh no. Give in your tin openers because you could hurt yourself on a tin. Same thing.
True.
It's just over-regulation. It's not like there's been 120 mass shootings since the 1st of January.
It's not like we're at a point now where even a mass shooting isn't newsworthy.
No, it was last week. No, it was last week because they shot different people.
Fucking hell.
They shot different people than usual, so it was on the news.
I know, but just the fact that any mass shooting isn't newsworthy.
One of my friends is an American historian, and I was talking to him last week, and I went, mate, it's white noise. No one here cares. And he said, did you hear about the beauty parlor thing? And I was like, yeah, because he mixed it up. He shot a lot of Asian Americans.
Yeah,
They haven't done that before.
Did they catch him?
Yeah.
Ah.
The police chief said he was having a bad day.
I didn't know if it was like a very specific. It must be but it must have been a specific target. He must have got a really bad pedicure or something.
There is something to it, but
definitely be a reason. There'll definitely be a reason. Oh, actually,
yeah. But you just don't want to mention it.
It was anti-Korean.
You just don't want to legitimise a nutbag's thought process.
It's an anti-Korean thing. There's a big anti-Korean movement.
Unless you're the police chief, and then you can just say he's having a bad day. But you know, which is, he was white, so they didn't shoot him, which is good news. He was wearing white skin, which is that's like bulletproof shit. That was touching you with that on. Nice. Anyway, that's Forbes. We stretched that out as far as we could.
Yeah, we did really well there.
Talking retail. This was quite interesting, and I really don't think anyone's thought of this. That's quite interesting. Weirdly, the headline's shite, but let's go with it. The headline is "Tobacco and Vaping Smoke Bomb." But really, what this is about, they don't mean that. They mean smoke screen, right? But they don't understand English. Doesn't really matter, right? So the story is this. If you are a mini mart, so to speak, so most news agencies nowadays are 7-Eleven, Londi's, Happy Shopper, if they still exist, Spar, they're mini marts. So they've been allowed to open throughout lockdown for essential food items, and their vaping sales have absolutely exploded. I'm just not
Hugh Phase.
So they were making, this is one local shop, a Londi's Caterways and Post Office in West Sussex. They went from basically selling nothing vape wise to making £1,200 a week just off vaping. This guy seems to not understand it. He went, it hasn't peaked yet. It has. Yeah.
How's he done that then?
Because all the vape shops are shut.
Yeah.
Ah.
So all the vape shops had to shut in lockdown, and so all these people have they've had this vaping crap that they couldn't get rid of for ages, and they weren't making any sales, and suddenly it's gone mad, and they're like, I want a piece of that pie that's going. But it's weird that nobody thought of these retailers as suddenly making bunts off the back of something they never thought they would.
Well, it can't be a coincidence that petrol stations have really upped their quality of gear.
Yeah, exactly. They can't turn as fast as anybody else can, so they will go back. It's a tide that's going to go out.
I mean, there's bound to be at least a small percentage of people that just through laziness, once they know they can get juice that's more or less the same to them at the local.
I suppose it's going to stay.
Keep going there, so you will get it. You will get. They will keep a percentage, but it will be a smaller percentage. It's
prohibitively expensive, relatively speaking. The one up here, 10 mil at the co-op is £3.60.
That's all right.
Which would make 100 mil £36.
That's all right.
But you can go down there and you can get it for 12. You're not going to pay £36, are you? I don't see them keeping the business.
Well, Rufus's local Spa is like a vape shop.
Maybe his local vape shop just puts Spa above the door. So
maybe it's called Spa.
Oh, I thought he meant dark, noisy, and unfriendly.
Yeah, and constant shoplifters and drunk children. What are you looking at? Fuck off! Give me some fags.
Oh, you're getting Ovis, are you? You're getting Ovis. I remember when I got Ovis. Kingsmill now. Kingsmill farmhouse. Yeah, you can get it if you want. You can get that, but I've got sliced.
Frankenheiser says capitalism abhors a vacuum. If China doesn't come through, someone else will. That's true, but they're like years behind. And China will. They're not stupid. They'll react fast to a loss of revenues, like in that on any scale. They'll react very fast.
They won't. They won't touch manufacture.
No, agree. They'll just get it out. Yeah, I don't see that at all.
Yeah, or they'll just pivot to something different.
No. They won't stop when they won't stop manufacture. They won't stop. They won't stop making it and selling it to foreigners.
No.
No way.
No, makes too much.
They love a pound note over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'm just trying to check. There's something. Just check chat. Keep your eye on chat. It's like.
What are you on about?
It was the same thing. It's all right. Just trying to keep my eye. You know, there's me, us, calm down. We were just touching on it and we were being flippant, which you shouldn't be. Now you behave. Or I'll just turn it off because I'm lazy. Vaping post.
It'll be fine.
I didn't know Vapers Alliance was still going, which is quite good. They're in the story.
What's the main topic?
Vapers Alliance. The importance of including vapes in EU cancer scheme. Well, cancer being responsible for 20% of all deaths in Europe earlier this year. All deaths in Europe. Earlier this year, on February 4th, the European Commission announced Europe's Beating Cancer Plan. Last month, the Special Committee on Beating Cancer, BCA, met for the second time for an exchange of views with the Health Commissioner, Stella, can't be asked to pronounce your surname. As part of the committee's work, a draft was documented on inputs of the Special Committee on Beating Cancer. Fuck Christ. Anyway, they're talking about tobacco use and the fact that the main cause of cancer within the EU is still smoking.
Have a go at a surname.
Have a go at the surname. I really wish you hadn't said that. Her name is Stella Kyriakides.
No, I don't know.
It'll have to do.
Tricky, aren't they?
In response to the draft on to cancer reduction, Michael Landl had said that it was time for a new tobacco harm reduction approaches. The time that you've confused me now. To succeed in its mission, the BCA committee and the European Parliament must be brave enough to endorse new approaches. Vapers across Europe are calling for all policymakers to recognise the benefits of vaping and its potential to massively reduce the harm of smoking. Policymakers cannot ignore the facts any longer. And the other thing is they're using, which is totally fine, they're using the our government's latest release on vaping, and and saying it's being endorsed now. It's there. It's on the .gov page, and we're saying it does stop people smoking, and it's more effective than anything else you're using. So if you're being told this is the most powerful weapon against this enemy, then you must start endorsing it. And let's not be stupid. They're right. And weirdly, that .gov
it's interesting how this sort
came out at the perfect time for us.
It's interesting how this kind of meshes stylistically against the next news article a little bit. But we'll get there when we get there.
Mick Blizzard, my local Spar, it's $4.99 for 10 mil, or £, for £10. Liberty Flights, what? Or £1, Mick.
He just means it's a 5 of 10 mil of Liberty Minging flights.
But it's not 5. I was asking what the price was.
5 of 10 mil.
Unless
or £10 or
are Liberty Flights cigarettes?
No,
or
Liberty
3
Flights
for
is
£10.
They stopped me, so I buy.
It's 3. It's 3 because shift and £, 3.
Ah,
3 for tenner.
3 for 10, but that's the same price as Liberty Flights were getting in 2012. It's good to see them getting there, still keeping their markup up. Nice. I remember paying about £7 for a bottle of something.
Oh, we've got it phonetically. Bob Clark's put it phonetically in chat for us.
Harry Arkidis. I wasn't that bad.
That's not bad, is it?
I think I wasn't that far off.
No, you named it.
Dean Feeney, a 3 for £10. If I can ignore my liver, I can ignore anything. That's still £3.33 for 10 mil. So it's still £33 for generic, for 100 ml of generic liquid. That's quite a lot of money.
Yeah, makes you seem cheap.
www.justadnick.org.uk would never charge that for that. That's ridiculous.
Not for that.
Anyway, not for that shit.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, not for that stuff. Other stuff, maybe, not that stuff.
Crack, maybe.
No, we don't charge that. For 3 milligram, it'd be £15.99, which is £1.59 for 10 mil. Bang! He's there. Anyway, Cancer Research UK have. Mate, this is only yesterday they changed their page on vaping. It's quite interesting.
Yeah, they've never been brilliant on this.
They've never been brilliant, and they're moving closer to the target, and so I think that is worth something.
I think they're really aware that once they've fixed cancer, they're all out of a job. Which,
that's the problem.
So I feel like they're holding back on this stuff.
Dean Feeney's using predictive text. No, it was Liberty Flights, Dean. Your phone's going to do that if you type that in. So they did it in like bullet points as quick as you can. I thought it was quite good. They said,
"No, it's not. If you nitpick the language, it's bad."
It is. I'm going to nitpick, but nitpick away then. Is vaping harmful? Research so far shows that e-cigarettes are far less harmful. Yep, that's true.
Yeah, but it's
if we can ignore the fact that like 40% of the entire population are obese, we can ignore
research so far.
We don't even know.
The least non-committal that's gone through like 3
so
rounds.
Fast, Dunkin' Donuts probably won't kill you.
It's gone through 3 rounds of compliance. This article.
Oh, at least that much.
We don't really want to. It's okay.
They've got a video and everything.
Please keep getting cancer.
Okay. What? Let's go for this then. What are the benefits of switching from smoking to vaping? Vaping is far less harmful than smoking, so your health could benefit from switching. Oh, could fuck you, will. But you need to stop using tobacco completely to get the benefits. E-cigarettes. They've used the word "can." I'm going to ignore it. E-cigarettes help people stop smoking and are a popular stop smoking tool. They give people who smoke the nicotine hit they need to help them beat their cravings. Vaping also feels similar, I'm just editing as I go now, to smoking, like holding a cigarette and breathing in. What the fuck is that? For the best chance of stopping smoking for good, don't get advice from your local stop smoking service. Watch fixed reviews, or Mark, don't watch the fucking shit. Stop using could and maybe. I mean, that is stupid. We do.
Let's not forget they ignored vaping for 5 years.
They did, yeah, absolutely. But they were one of the first people to come out with at least the 95% safer. That is fucking boring now. You think it is not at least 95. You can push that more. We know it's 97.6. Yeah, but you could say 97 then.
I don't mind it.
But that even includes dry burns. That includes bellends.
People understand round numbers, don't they? 97.
People use solder
what?
To make coils.
I can't picture 97.
Fuck hell. Yeah. Stop being DFS. That sofa is not worth 1999999.
I know what you mean.
That's a really weird one. But you try and tell somebody that's 1p off £2,000. No, I don't think so.
Imagine the poor bastard that goes into DFS on the one day they're not having their sale.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I've done that. We went in, and I said
one day out of the 360 odd.
Yeah, then we went in, and it finished the day before. And I said, let's not fuck about. I'll either come back in 2 weeks or you just sort this out, so I'm not going to pay that. It's absolutely stupid. We don't know when the next sale would be. Listen up, fuckface. I don't care. Just make it up. Go and tell me that the manager's give me a prize and take 20% off because they're not going to give you anything at all. So either 0 or that, but 20% off. And then he did it. And then tries to get you to sign up on a finance deal. Do you want to pay for it over the next 20 years? No, I don't.
Yeah, it's like free money.
Put it in the
car. For free.
Yeah. We had dealt with the chap the day before who was really, really,
When
really...
you sign the direct debit, you have to go boing, 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 boing.
He was like really smart. He kept trying to add things, like going, right. He'd got one of those voices and he was going, so a couple of cushions, and are we having the poof or are we leaving the poof? And when we walked in the second day, we were like, "You're going to get this." He walked over and told him, "Get rid of him, get rid of him, get rid of him, get rid of him, get rid of him."
We bought our last 3-piece off this guy because he wouldn't shut up, and it was the only way of making him stop. He went in detail about how to clean it, like all the ways that things you can do to clean it if you get a stain on it.
Listen up, pass me that. Pass me it thermos. Pass me Richard,
he
pass
got
me
this kit out, and it had like these different cloths and different sprays and stuff. But he was going into such fine detail about like how it worked. Like I was like, oh, I mean, it's not that bad. Should we just? and we just went, all right, fine, please, fine.
Was it a QVC presenter on his second job?
It was like, I don't even know. He was
like
either a
Yorkshire
genius or an
one, though,
idiot.
don't forget.
He was like either an idiot or a genius.
You got any lipstick on you? Love, you got any lipstick? Look at this. Put that on the back.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't do a demonstration.
Oh, he didn't do a demonstration.
Not with an actual stain. He did do a full demonstration without the stain.
Little circles. Are you watching me? Are you watching me? Little circles like that. Damp, 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 dry, damp.
He was
damp,
about to
dry.
go into the repair process. If you call out one of their specialist repair people. Yeah.
What are you thinking? Will it rip? It will. But look at this. Get the sewing machine.
Yeah. No, he was explaining he was about to explain how it's all in panels. So effectively they could replace a panel. Yeah. So we thought, we'll have it, yeah.
That's amazing. My mum's 70 and they've still got a fold out sofa in the front room. No one's coming. Who the fuck is going to stay on their stupid sofa? But she's still got one, and she says things like, "But Teddy, fucking, I've done it 3 times now." Mrs. John was in the front room. She said, "Oh, do you like the sofa?" And why the fuck does that come up? And my wife went, "Yeah." And said, "Well, no, we got that. Oh, what were it? 2002, you wouldn't know, would you?" And they're only $349.99. No, it looks the same now as it did then.
Why? She had a cover on it?
No.
How's she done that?
And my mum's absolutely obsessed. It looks like she's got Floor-Tex in kitchen. Most people don't have Floor-Tex, but it keeps your feet warm, and just wipes off. Don't matter what you spray on there, straight off. You got to treat it every 6 months. But use Floor-Tex in there. Don't get cold feet. Turn the TV on. Do anything. Let's set fire to stuff. Keep it exciting.
What's the last news article of the day?
That was it.
That was it.
I think that was it. I think I just went on for a laugh. Yeah, it was.
When were you last on, David?
I was last on. Was it?
Which lockdown was it?
It was. It may have been in between lockdowns, or it may have been the start of this one, of the most recent one. Because this one, for most people, this one basically started in November, and then they had a break.
Oh no, we had a break. We had the December break.
We had Christmas, didn't we?
Oh,
yeah, because it was plateauing, and they needed to kill some more people, so we opened up again December 3rd, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was November-ish. Well, how have you been going since then, lockdown-wise? Are you still working from home?
Yes, I am. I am still working from home. As most of the people in chat will know, because I'm sure they all listen to the VVRP. I'm sure they don't. Basically, a few weeks ago, I had to travel. It was within the regulations. I checked on the website. I was fine. So yes, I'm currently away from home. But yeah, it's been fine. I'm away from home, and I'm now with another human being.
Oh.
Let's be fair. Most people know me and that listen to the podcast know I was starting to go a bit stir crazy, having been locked in a flat on my own.
So you're now working with somebody else.
You bubbled up.
Yeah, I have bubbled up.
Oh, that's wicked.
Yeah.
But are they there now?
Yes, they are in the other room. Yes.
Paul, but you must think it's weird that you just going live on the YouTube in a little while.
No, it was because I've already recorded two podcasts from here. So yeah, it's.
Is it a friend you're bubbled up with or a work colleague?
We're trying to. I call her my better half. Because it's one of those things that when you're in your 40s, you can't really say boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh,
it's like that.
It's your
I wasn't even trying to be intrusive.
No, it's fine.
I thought it was like Big Roger in the next room.
It's
Mrs.
David.
Mrs. David, that'll do. That'll do for what it is.
I'm sure if she's bitching on this, I'll probably get a whack at some point for someone saying that. But yeah, no, it's but yes, so no, but it has been very good. So yeah, it's been good to have another human being around.
Yeah,
definitely.
But it is interesting having been living on my own for nearly 10 years, and then going into a lockdown situation with someone else in their house. Steep learning.
Don't squeeze the toothpaste like that, you silly bastard! Yeah.
Similar, yeah. I'm currently learning new ways of doing things. It's fine.
Always pot noodle right up to the line. Leave it.
My dad lives alone. I was telling John, my dad started reading the paper out loud to himself. I think I said on the show last week.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But it's these little tricks that either confirm you are mental or just stave it off a little bit longer.
Just check what level of mental you are at that point.
Yeah, that works.
So
you're fairly unchanged apart from the fact you've moved. Your work situation's the same.
Yeah, exactly same. Yeah, still working from home, and that's going to be continuing.
Are you both working from home?
Yes, we are.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's good. So yeah, it works out nicely. So yeah, no, it's good. But still working from home, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it becomes permanent.
You were last on the show on the 17th of September 2020. I think that's what Mick's saying.
17th of September. Okay. Thanks, Mick.
It was quite some time ago.
It doesn't feel that long ago, though, does it?
No, it was lockdown.
To the Groundhog Day.
Life is so fucking mental. No one knows.
I find any time I'm talking about stuff now, if I say last year, I just have to say 2 years ago. Because if I just add a year onto everything now, because anything I did
I agree.
was 2 years ago now.
Yeah, everything seems totally bad. As soon as you say, when that was. Somebody said to me, what's it been like? Because we live in the middle of nowhere, like we have done for ages, and people go, roughing it, not seeing your mates. And I'm like, I saw them the November before the lockdown started. Which one? This one? No, last one. What the fuck? It's like, I'm not fucking pissing around doing that. It's fine. I did have my mate come around last lockdown. He came and had a beer in the garden, socially distanced, with alcohol wipes for the beers. Nice to see you. This is normal.
Cozy.
You get more alcohol as well. You get a little bit of residue from the wipe.
From the 60-70%, yeah. Adds it a bit.
Tell the people that you've intimated already. Tell people about the podcast. What's the hub? Is the Facebook group the hub really for the podcast?
Well, I mean, basically, the hub for the podcast is wherever you pull podcasts from. We're pretty much everywhere now. We're even now on Spotify.
Wow.
Ian finally got round to pushing that button. So we're on Spotify now as well. So basically, if you wherever you get your podcast from, just type in vaguely vaping related, and you will find it. I am one of the hosts. I am the newest host. It was originally started by Ian Chandler, who is part of this group and known within the community very well. And he started it a few years ago, and then one fateful day he got drunk, and Jimmy Parker convinced him to let him on the show. And then Jimmy joined it.
Of course he did. That was at a vape fest, wasn't it?
That was at a vape fest.
Yeah, he started it solo. It was a one-man podcast.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, were you on it when it was like I did an interview like at an expo in Birmingham once.
Oh man, I was impressed with his effort with the one-man thing. But I think it's always better when you've got someone to bounce off.
Yeah. Then he took on the care work of Jimmy, and then David came along and took on both of them. It was like
Yeah, and now neither of them have to make that much effort because Ian just has to press record, Jim just has to turn up, and I have to look up.
Chandler has to press record.
Saturday
You just
morning.
said the most difficult part of the entire equation. Everyone, I think, has been on a show that didn't record with Chandler.
Yeah, I haven't yet. I'm not going to jinx it, but a couple of times I have thought it was, and it's just that he'd forgotten to say to people that it had been uploaded. But
That's good.
So they went through a whole season, a couple of years of it, and then they invited me on as a guest one week, and it was quite a long episode because it was the first one back after the first lockdown. They stretched it to 2 episodes, and then they asked me to come back the next week, and then Ian changed the logo to include my picture on it, and then after that asked me if I wanted to be permanently on the podcast.
Cool.
They're a very organised bunch.
Yeah, it was. I saw this. I saw my podcast feed update, and I was like, "Why is my picture on there?" Okay. And then better asking them. But yes, it was. Yeah. So now, I am part of that band, that merry band, and we record podcasts every 2 weeks. It's vaguely vaping related. We do talk about vaping stuff. We do talk about newish stuff. 2 podcasts ago, we talked about something that we thought was new and was actually no longer sold.
We've done that.
It was so old. It
happens. Sometimes you just miss the thing that tells you.
I'll put a link in chat to the SoundCloud.
Yes, it's on.
That's a good way to.
Feel free to put a link at some point, David, of the actual Facebook group in chat as well.
You just remind me of the thing that every so often you get on Facebook when someone goes, "Oh, fucking hell, Keith Chegwin's dead," and you go, "He's been dead fucking ages."
See?
And they go, "No, today," and you go, "No." Scroll up, and it's like on the BBC News website. They're like, "Oh, 2014. Yeah, he's dead, mate. He's dead ages," and it feels less of a problem then. You go,
Do you mean Keith Chegwin?
Yeah, he's dead.
Well, what year was Extras?
Away, what? Well, after 2000,
ago.
not before, before 2010.
All right. What did
I don't know. Issues related to alcoholism, they think.
Nightmare. You've really brought the show down, John.
Did you really not know he was dead? Because I never know whether.
Don't pay a lot of attention.
Yeah, Cheggers is dead.
Yeah, Cheggers no longer plays pop.
Cheggers went.
I don't know about that. Oh, 2017. He's been dead for 4 years.
Well, breaking news to me.
So quite recent times then. In the grand scheme.
How? Here's what everyone that hasn't listened to the podcast yet. Here's what everyone's thinking in their head. How vaguely vaping related is it?
It's
just because I actually think it's quite on topic a lot of the time.
Yeah, me too.
But then suddenly Jimmy goes off on one.
Yeah.
But on the whole, it's quite vapey, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean we do basically. I mean we tend to get about 45 minutes out of hand checks, and that normally includes a Jimmy rant in the middle. And then we do sort of do new stuff. Basically, I do my due diligence. I wake up Saturday morning before the recording, fire up Instagram, scroll through to see if there's new things.
Yeah.
Go to links, get the pages, and read on them and go, talk about that. And then we talk about stuff that we may or may not ever see. But also Jimmy's very good for that because Jimmy previously worked in the vaping industry. He worked in a vape shop and did sort of lots of buying and stuff like that within the shop. So he's kind of the industry side expert for it. Chandler has been vaping for many, many years, so he's got all the historical side, and I'm the relative newcomer, and I know how Instagram works. So
you've got your finger on the pulse. Those are the two of it. But you only need one, and then it's a good talking point, because if the other two are oblivious, you can actually talk to them.
Yeah, I'd say Jimmy has more finger on the pulse for actually getting new stuff than I do.
Yeah.
But I sort of see it and talk about it and stuff like that. But yeah. So yes, that's it. Yeah. So we cover those things. We don't have a specified topics each week. We just we have a vague list of things to talk about, and then we just go and we just see whatever happens. And
I remember I just got drunk, I think, the last time I was on. There's one where I said, fuck, I don't even know. It's ridiculous. I listened to it back and I know how badly I swear. And it was mental. There was like 80 fucks. Chandler said, I don't know why, that podcast was really popular in Russia. And I went, what was? And he went, the one last time you were on. I said, what? And he said, yeah, it's got like 400 downloads. So I thought, I better listen to it. And there's just me, because I don't know why, Jimmy had just really ticked me that day. And he was saying, and I said, and we went into the environment, and there's loads of stuff that just annoys the shit out of me when people talk about the environment. And there's just one bit where I really go into a massive thing. And I was like, it's like those fucking idiots who was talking about fucking cutting down the rainforest to make fucking paper. You don't make paper out of any old fucking trees. You don't just mow down and just throw in a paper fucking. But it's like fuck, and every time Jimmy speaks, like fuck. It's good beer. I remember that.
Definitely. Yeah. No, I said yeah. It is. It is very loose, and yeah.
I remember seeing a few months back you were flirting with actually doing it live video.
Yeah. Jimmy has. Yeah, we have said about that, but we sort of talked about. I think it's good to have it as just a podcast, because if you do a video component, it's like, you see lots of things like, I'll say the biggest one out, which is the Joe Rogan podcast. If you just listen to that as a podcast, there's so many bits you kind of miss because they're referring to something on the desk or they're referring to something like that, and they don't describe it. Whereas if we're recording it as a podcast, we have to describe everything.
Because with Joe Rogan,
I agree.
You could plan, like, when you're going to stamp on his face, you could imagine his expression that much more when he's looking. You could think, I could really really go.
Yeah. I honestly loved old podcasting, like traditional proper podcasting. I think.
Because you used to do podcasting.
Yeah, used to do a podcast. But actually, as a listener as well, I was a real huge fan of podcasts. But the modern podcast, it's almost they're all video now as well. And as a listener, you feel like you're missing out, or you might be missing out.
I listen to lots
as a video viewer, it's so one-dimensional. You're literally just looking at two people in a studio. I don't know.
I listen to podcasts all the time. I prefer for me, it's audio. I do prefer.
But that's not the way it's going at all. Like all the major podcasts get more views than they do listens now.
Yeah, they do. But I think, and also I quite like it because it means I don't have to look before we start and check my hair or anything like that.
That's why I was like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't have to do anything. Just literally can just go right. Yes, bang. It takes one less thing to worry about off of my head because I'm a bit of a worrier on occasion. But yes. I think it works. We have sort of talked about it. We may well do it on occasion as an event or something like that. But as well, obviously, because it being primarily a podcast, I said obviously with this show, everyone knows it's 9 p.m. on a Thursday. So they've got it there. But if we suddenly go, next week we're going to do it, we can't. 2 weeks beforehand.
Are you more scheduled now than you used to be?
We are. Yeah, like I said, we try to do it every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Because that's always the difficulty that with anything, people like routine. People just do. I do. People do like routine, and they like to think, because I do it. Like, cause I was just loading up my podcast app. Whenever I know what's going to be out, like on a Monday or a Tuesday, and the feed changes. Podcasting. I remember when the Ricky Gervais show first came out, and my friend gave it to me on a CD. Like he went, you got to listen to this. It's really funny, and I was like, okay, sounds rubbish.
The proper CD that they actually brought out in shops.
Yeah, this was back when it was free, but he gave me he copied the whole lot, gave me the CD.
Oh, just on a copy CD, on a blank CD.
Yeah, and then we got totally addicted to it. We were driving to Alton Towers, and he played it all the way because I was like, fucking idiot, who the fuck wants to listen to people talking and no music and everything else, and just pissing myself. And then from then till now, I never ever from the second I get up in the morning, my headphones are in, and I'm either listening to audiobooks or podcasts for the entire day, and doing because I work, especially in fucking lockdown. There's nothing else to fucking do.
I mean,
you're not mental yet. Not yet. Hold on.
That's probably what I was doing, because I actually found with lockdown I fell off listening to my podcast, because the times when I wouldn't listen to my podcast,
oh yeah, now you got
I was doing
like
other
that.
stuff, so it was I did fall off them for quite a while. I've got along. I actually just sort of didn't unsubscribe to them, but just stopped downloading them at some point. It's got 2 minutes to catch up on. But yeah, there is, like I said, there is one podcast, there's two, which is a computer gaming one, which is the Giant Bombcast. And I know, that every Tuesday, every Wednesday morning, that's there. But they do the same thing. They record it, but they actually record it as if it is a podcast. So they've got a video camera there, but they still record it as it is a podcast.
That's the way. That's the way.
Everything.
Yeah, if people can just put podcasts that like in chat, I think it'd be really cool just to see what podcast.
I already did that.
Yes, I know, but I'm telling them.
Tell them on audio, on the old audio.
Yeah, if people can put podcasts that they listen to and recommend in chat, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Please, somebody put the VVRP down. Just one person.
It's a given.
You need to put a link. You need to get busy and put some links.
Yes, I'll do. Yes, I will do one to the Facebook if I can work out how to do it.
Nikki says real crime. I'm a big real crime podcast to me. I don't
know how you listen to that and crack on with something though.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but are you paying attention?
Yeah.
I don't know if you are.
I have to be. I don't have a choice. I definitely am paying attention to both things.
I don't know.
I'm very used to doing it.
I read things very intently and I listen to things very intently. So if I'm working, I can't listen to something.
No, I can't. I'm the other one. I can't. The one thing I can't do is listen to a podcast and run. I find that my wife does that all the time.
No, I don't understand that. I can understand music.
I can do music running, but can't do like a book and running's mental. I don't understand it at all.
No, you'd bump into stuff.
Yeah, she comes out. She'll go for a 5-mile run and come back in and she's listening to a book. You can't do it with a book, audio.
Yeah, I know. Okay, while David's finding some links to put in chat, I will throw up the new things and then I'll do some quality filler while we wait for the feed to load.
Quality filler. That's what my mum puts in sandwiches, that.
Yeah.
Quality filler.
Yeah, we used to have those.
I just put a link into chat, but it didn't come up as me, but don't worry.
Okay, cool. Right, so...
Who did it come up as?
I may or may not be using my work computer.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
No, I can't see it either. Anyway, this is the new stuff. Right, so...
me.
I don't know if I've showed this already, but
no,
the BP Mod's Hilt mod, which was the little 18350 mod that came out recently.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing some like special edition-y type ones, and this is one of those.
I like that.
Don't hate it.
Is this mass produced?
Well, the mod normally is, but these ones won't be.
So are they hand finished, or I don't know.
I don't know if there'll be a couple of hundred around. You know, they won't be super hard to get. There will be some suddenly drop in the UK somewhere.
I don't hate that. Is it adjustable as well? Sorry, asking like a million questions.
No. What do you mean? What do you mean adjustable?
Has it got a board or not?
Not really. It's kind
but
of
it's
a
not
MOSFET.
regulated.
It's kind of a MOSFET type.
Oh, okay. That's a shame. I didn't hate that. But I don't want it because
the original one's nice as well, just plain.
Well, Rick Mahoney says, don't they have a new DNA? Oh, DNA 60, different mod, right? That's fine. They have a DNA coming out too.
Yeah, and in this shape, and I think it'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be great. I'd really like that.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. BP Mod's on the money. I mean, that's not. I wouldn't buy that, but I've got the original hilt, and it's nice.
Yeah, it's not right absolutely for me, but I like that. I like the fact they've moved on with it. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not do something other people might like? I could say it's well done if I don't want it. Doesn't it have 3 settings, says Ohm Comforts?
Yeah, it's like a click fet. It does have 3 power modes. 3 variable voltages. This is a picture by Mark Todd, but it's a picture of the Aviator G mod.
Everybody wanted that to be a pencil drawing of a car. Be honest.
Yes, it's a
Odd
it's
school of thought.
it's a new side by side regulated side by side hitting the market from a new firm.
It's very, very, very reminiscent of mini e-cig.
Yes, it is a bit. It's not
Even down
super
to the
styled
styling.
up, though, is it? But it's not got much style, has it?
That's the same as mini e-cig. They've almost gone with the same font style as well, and the same placement of where they used to put the logo of mini e-cig.
Yeah.
Who have become, didn't they? Yeah, they scalped everybody, didn't they? Then they just shut down. Oh, that's nice.
Good times.
That's normal in vaping. So they go bankrupt. Yeah, they took everyone's money and then disappeared. Oh, okay, fair enough. Normal stuff then.
So I was supposed to get this. There was a mix-up. Got sort of customs blocked or whatever. So mine sort of got sent back, but Mark's got his. So let's keep an eye on his. I don't know if Dean's still in chat. If he can let us know if he's got one, can we check out his video as well if he's got one. But yeah, Aviator mods.
Vaping, the devil vapor.
Yes, Dean the Devil Vapor. He wasn't chatting a minute ago. I don't know if he's
he was. I think he said about.
So if he's still got one, he might be doing a video as well. But
it comes with an 18350 tube as well.
yes, but then it's not a side by side then.
No. Same as the mix. Drop it down.
Yeah. I think it's kind of okay. It's kind of going to be very functional, but I don't know how good it is. We'll have to wait and see.
Yours.
This is really, really, really new. This is the brand new Endura T22 Pro.
T22 Pro. Oh, it's got a screen, I reckon.
And I've got one here.
So they've gone away.
So they always do big ones, little ones, don't they?
Yes.
Oh, I better take the. So the tank is very much exactly what you've seen before. You got your top fill. It's got the same style of coil. The vape is incredibly reminiscent. Obviously, it's a bit bigger than the one you've got, David. But it's essentially the tank-wise, it's the Endura you know and love. The mod. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I need to turn it on. It's got a physical on-off switch. I like that. The mod has no screen as such, but it does have these 4 power settings.
So it's like very simplified mod.
Yeah, 3000 mAh, and I think it's obviously still aimed at smokers, and still has that sort of quality.
That's quite a clever way of doing it.
It's very simple, isn't it?
Yeah, because then somebody who doesn't feel, because I've had lots of people.
Physical on off as well.
We're so used to seeing screens. We're all really used to these readouts, and I've given mods to, newer vapors who think they want something like that, and as soon as it lights up, they go, no, it looks a bit complicated. Like as soon as you go, no, just press the button, they go, no. But that, if you went more bars, more power, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. The battery indicators on the button, so but that lights up. One thing I would say that might put a smoker off is size, because they've made the battery bigger, they've made the tank bigger.
3000 mAh though.
But I don't know which one's the smoker gonna go for, the pod system or the. Do you know size wise? I don't know if it's off-puttingly big for a smoker.
I think they'd go the opposite way than you think, because I
genuinely don't know.
The drip tip on that pod is hateful.
Oh, yeah.
Like for a smoker, it sounds really weird, but that's more of a push.
I mean, it could also be one of those things where it's like, someone tried a pod and you say, yeah, pod, they go, oh, pod, but I want something else. That could be the next stepping stone. Like,
that is a good stepping stone.
They could snag a lot of people coming off a pod, yeah.
Yeah, I agree actually.
And I think it's a 1.7 ohm, nice tight draw, everything that we liked first time around. So I think it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I think it'll be okay. I need a bit more time with it because they have potentially changed the coils, but we will see. This is brand new, hot off the press as well. This is Kuko Vape. If you're wondering who they are, those are the guys that made the Lamo. If TVP's in chat, I bet he's getting one of these mods from the Nature Vape guys. This is Kugo Tech, who made the Lamo RTA from a couple of months ago. This is their new mod, and I think it's pretty. Can you see it?
Yes.
Loki.
The copper, silver, black.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think it's quite pretty.
Yeah, I was kind of weird. There's an
buttons
optical
underneath.
illusion with the silver one where it looks like the top is concave.
Other way around, yeah.
Yes.
It's very weird. But yeah, no.
Well, I've
it's
got
good.
more pictures, don't worry. So it's a slightly inset 510. Fire button on the side in a thumb position. And that's the Lamo in this picture, by the way, if you're wondering. Yeah, and a range of colours, range of finishes. Very simple screen on it as well. I think it's. I like it. I kind of like it.
I don't like the copper silver. That's just me, though. I don't know. Really
Yeah, but that's just not your colour, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Fire button's a bit weird.
I don't know if it is 18650. Well, that fire button, you'll either love it or hate it, won't you? I guess. But you do kind of do vape thumb fire, don't you?
Yeah, I don't mind. I do. Yeah. Well, I kind of don't care. But people go, do you vape left or right? Depends what's in the other hand. I don't really understand what I mean. But I'm ambidextrous anyway, so it's not like.
I know. But I've noticed you grabbing it thumb fiery quite a lot.
Yeah, I do that.
So yeah, the jury's out on the fire button position. That's very unique. But I don't mind the look of it.
No.
I think it's quite handsome. I don't know, and like I say, I don't know if it's 21 or 18650. If I had to guess, I would say it's 18650.
Yeah, I'd say it was.
Because of the battery cap size versus 510.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's all right.
I think it's 18650. It's not 21700.
I think it looks quite nice. I think it looks quite
simple again. It's a lot of simple today.
Yeah, but it's their first ever mod, so I don't know. I'm okay with it. I think it's all right. So the next one is, I wasn't allowed to show this previously, even though I've had it for ages, and I have now done a review. But the obelisk, which was this. I don't know if you guys got a chance to catch the video, but this.
I did. I watched it.
This is the mod with USB PD charging, which means the entire mod can charge in 15 minutes.
Right.
So yes, so that's it's his Geek Vape's hot new thing.
It's one of those mods out of your hand. Out of your hand, it looks bigger. When it's in your hand, not so big.
It's it's about the size of a Joule 18650. Tiny bit smaller.
With that PD thing, would you need a specific charger for it?
Yeah.
If you want to charge it that fast, yes. If you use your Samsung or iPhone charger, you'll still get your 2 amps, so you'll still be done in half an hour, 35 minutes. But to get the full beans, you need the special plug that comes with it if you buy it as a fancy kit. Yes, so I don't know. What do you think? Is this the future? John, you've seen the video?
Yeah, I mean...
It requires a built-in battery.
Yeah, and it seems safe.
Yeah, well, PD, or QC, some people know it as QC, has been around quite a while now, so I feel like the kinks should be ironed out.
Yeah, it's what we use, but as we've kind of said prior to... what do I mean? I mean, if you abuse a LiPo...
That's what's interesting about this. It's not actually a LiPo.
Oh, is it like...
It's two...
I must have missed
it's
that.
Two... I believe it's two 19500 batteries.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Sorry, actually,
so, tiny bit fatter,
in this case, it doesn't matter. If you were to abuse it, so which we know from Man with the Batteries. Who am I thinking of? Name's gone up my head. Mooch. If we're going to round that up to maximum wattage and be hitting it every 5 seconds and then charging it, and it lasting half an hour and you doing it again, we all know that's not good. Doesn't matter what you do. If you increase the internal resistance, you're still going to you might still have a problem. It's so difficult. Yeah, used correctly, it's fucking amazing. It's great.
I think it is a lot. I think for a lot of people, the jury is out. There's some of the skepticism's already poured into chat. So Mark Oz has said, "How long will it last? Constantly fast charging." Now, that's a bit of a misconception because it can fast charge, but it won't if it feels the temperature of the batteries going up.
Yeah.
So what tends to cause battery wear and tear or overcycle is the idea of really pumping it hot, cooling it down, slight expansion, and the elasticity of it. So actually, because it has built in, because what PD or QC really is, it's the batteries we've seen before, USB Type-C we've seen before. What it is the software. It's really a software thing. It's the software that interprets the protocol of the charging current.
Yeah. It's a charge board with the software.
It's really the board. That's why you can use the plug on other things and it does the same. And you can... I don't know if it will cause it to not live as long.
Compared to what
a few people
put
talked about the
through,
marketing
really.
As well, and I must admit, and I sort of intimated in the video, I'm not a super fan of the way they're marketing this. Using the word safe implies other things aren't safe, which isn't super helpful. The whole 2 days for 15 minutes charge, everybody knows people's vaping battery life varies on exactly how you vape. Do you take a 4-second drag, a 2-second drag? The 2 days thing.
Mick's just made a good example by accident as well in chat, not unintentionally, not by accident. He said, I bought a PD charger off Amazon for my iPhone. Now, batteries in phones last no time for me because I abuse the shit out of my phone. So I can actually change the internal battery in my phone. When I say I treat it like shit, Mick, if we're currently in lockdown and Mick normally puts his phone on the desk or it's in his hand, whereas mine is constantly in my back pocket against the old butt cheek and attached and getting notifications from about 18 different social media things. And the batteries get fucked from being heated up by my butt and by the notifications. And so the level of it really, what it thinks of as 100% is totally different than other people with the P20 Pro. So this P20 Pro has had 3 different batteries in 26 months. Most people have probably got exactly the same battery and theirs last ages. I've said to people loads of times, I need a phone that's got a really good screen, it's really powerful, and I don't care how thick the phone is. I couldn't give a shit. There isn't a phone that can keep up with what I do. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely constantly fucking around on it. It just doesn't exist. So
why do you get a wireless charge pad and just always pop it there?
That's the problem as well, though. You shouldn't do that either. So you don't know. Yeah, it just came. My wife's phones last for years because she doesn't do what I do.
Mick makes an interesting point because a lot of people are sort of never heard of this PD tech.
Yeah.
And the reason is the major companies aren't pushing it at all. For example, as Mick says, he has an iPhone 11, but when you buy an iPhone 11, they don't give you the plug to do PD. They give you the normal 2-amp charger. And so he went to Amazon to get one, and he'll now be getting about 30% quicker charging. It's not something that Apple or Samsung have chosen to push yet, even though they have bothered to include it in their devices. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of some of the marketing of it. The whole 2-day thing, the whole 1 million puffs at 60 watts. I mean, again, it's such an arbitrary thing. Built-in batteries don't last forever. Built-in battery devices don't last forever. Everyone who's got a phone, everyone who's had a smartphone that only lasts an hour before you need to put it on the charge because your contract's about to run out or whatever, knows built-in, so it's not a forever device. I don't know why people worry about that. Half of this stuff up here probably doesn't work anymore,
Yeah,
it's not forever devices to be used. They're to be used, aren't they?
I know you had more of a problem than I did with the MVP5, but because you run yours harder than I do.
Yeah.
So my battery life has had no problems at all. So I charged this 2 nights ago, and use it all day.
Yeah.
And that's what it does, because it does last on ages for me because of the way I vape. But if I put it to, I blow the fucking atomizer immediately. But if I put it to maximum wattage and just vaped it.
Some devices are charging using the plug. Interestingly, with the Anakin one, which charges really fast at 2 amps, nice big battery, better battery life than the other one. When I plugged this in, it just went, nope. It just went, don't understand what it's trying to do, not charging. So this one was smart enough to go, this isn't for me. So that I thought, so, yeah, I haven't.
Can you imagine if you get?
I haven't brave putting my phone on it yet because I
Can you imagine
can't
if they
afford to
can
be
get a
down.
charge board like that into a pod, so that it's charged in 2 minutes?
Yeah.
That's changed everything, especially if it's got a dock. You can just go bang, bang, and then there's no problem with charging ever again.
Yep, I know.
That would be amazing.
I know, but the issue comes with battery size. I think this is the smallest batteries that can handle
Remember
this.
when you first started vaping, as a person who doesn't run out of petrol, I assume you're like that too. I remember that when I first ever started, I got 2 batteries, and I was like, no, this isn't enough. Like 2 battery sticks. Well, I'm getting another one, and I had 3 battery sticks, and then you kind of become like obsessed, and you've got like 4.
Yeah,
and they're all loaded up.
Over 100 batteries.
Yeah, but you put like one, like one. I remember when
I'm
pass
really
through.
funny about it. My phone goes to 50%. I go put it on.
I am the same actually. When somebody's got when pass through first came out as a thing that you could vape it while it was charging, I remember being like, "You're living in the future. This is madness." I do what I like because we just didn't have that.
Yeah.
And if you went away for the weekend, you were like, "Well, I need 8 more batteries. That's how I'm going to get through this."
I know. I think I remember taking 200 ml of juice on holiday.
Did it?
And used about 40.
Yeah, I did that.
Well, obviously, I went through all that quite recently with having to travel. So I had to say, right, what am I taking with me? What do I need to take with me?
Yeah, what do I need?
Exactly, yeah. And I just bought literally those mods. Those I have one spare mod just in case one of those breaks. I have those mods with me, 6 batteries, and the first couple of weeks I was charging through the device, and I was like, this isn't going to work. So I bought myself a battery charger, a travel battery charger to have with me. Works a treat.
I remember I've never been on holiday with less than 3 mods. You want one, a spare, and a spare, because most of the time the spare never gets touched. And you know what level I vape at with nicotine, and 4 bottles of nicotine, like 4 bottles of liquid. So I've got 400 ml, and I'm away for 2 weeks, and I average about 2 ml a day. I don't know what the fuck anyone, but that actually saved loads of people. When we were in Iceland on holiday, the flight got cancelled, and there was a bloke in the queue, and he was like, "Oh, I just saw you vaping. Really weird question. There ain't any chance I could have like a couple of mil just to get me through." Bang the bottle over. Don't worry about that. Have a week's worth. See you later. Like, anybody else? Dude, fill up. So I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
I've got a long weekend in Iceland. I've got 700 ml of liquid with me because I'm a mental case.
Sorry, back to the new stuff. That was a bit of a tangent, but I think it's worth talking about when someone does something interesting enough. It's worth talking about, I think.
Definitely.
So that's the obelisk. I suppose jury's out on how much people care about this sort of thing. But we'll find out from how well this does. You'll never guess what, John. It's finally here.
What's that?
The Freemax Onyx kit.
No, I don't believe you. Don't tease.
It is here. Yes, Freemax are bringing out a pod called the Onyx. Let's check the main features of the Onyx 20-watt kit. Dual airflow mechanism and RDL and mouth-to-lung vaping needs.
Oh, yes, I knew.
3-level adjustable power. Drawer activated or button activated. Series coils for both RDL and MTL. Okay. 1100 mAh battery.
For both RDL, what?
Restricted direct lung.
Oh, right. Sorry.
1100 mAh battery, USB Type-C, 3.5mm or 2mm TPD capacity. It's finally here. The Freemax Onyx pod system.
Well, I'm damp with anticipation.
Yeah, I'm on the list. I'm F5ing like crazy.
Is it just me, or does Freemax sound like a movie distributor from the 1980s?
Yeah, it does. Yes,
or
it
does. Or a menstrual product. One of the two.
Freemax are lovely, but I don't know how to be sensible about another pod kit.
It's not awful looking. I mean, there are ones that.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Do you know, Freemax make great pre-made coils, so it'll be lovely. But who needs it? Yeah, this is slightly more interesting. This is the new Squonker from Vandy Vape. Is it on screen?
Yes.
Requiem BF kit. I've got one of these as well.
Oh no!
In person.
They've got a kit to go with the Requiem RDA.
Yes, so the RDA
Got it.
already out, and they've now produced a Squonker to go with it. A lot of reviewers like me said the RDA is great for squonking, and so they've brought out a Squonker.
I can't even moan about that. I mean, I want to say that the yellow is but I can't because they have done it.
It's matchy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I've got no moans about it. It's fine.
So we already know we quite like the RDA. The Squonker, they've done some nice stuff on this Squonker. First of all, they've rounded the back. So, like the BP mods did one, didn't they, recently? It was a mech Squonker, but it was really square, like really basic. They've rounded this one really nicely in places. So it's got a little bit of a classier feel. They've done a really nice job with the door. No play at all. Nice big magnet on the bottom. You get 2 Squonk bottles with it. One's yellow for if you're going to rock the Ultim, one's clear if you're going to rock the clear. So that's quite a nice touch. The bottle's got a side fill as well, so you don't have to mess with fill in. That's quite nice.
Yeah, that's quite clever.
And it's got a locking switch as well. It's 18650, and I think it's quite nice that they've kept to, like, it's the same firing mechanism essentially as Rick's Squonker. It's the connectivity frame here, and then you literally just make the contact with the same strip of metal. So has it got a bolt? Has it got anything in it? Completely mech, which is the surprise element for me is that it's completely mechanical. I don't know why a company like Vape would do that, but as a result, it's like your classic sort of 18650 Squonker with some nice touches on. There'll be a few colours available. There's a gold and stainless for sure. I have a black one that I haven't pictured yet. So, yeah, I need to use it more. I already know I like the RDA, and the Squonker's got some really nice features. So, as an affordable mech Squonker for out and about, it's a square bottle as well, which is another thing BP Mods missed with theirs.
Definitely. I mean, it's very neat.
Yeah, it's pretty natty. I don't know if chat are saying they might still be looking at the free max, but yeah, I don't know what if people give us a yay or nay on the Requiem Squonk kit.
Cute, says Lil Nicky.
There you go. I think it's cute. I think cute's the right word. I think.
Scott is saying a little goth.
It is a bit. Yes.
I don't know. I didn't take it gothy.
It's got the on the 510. If you can see the picture on screen, it's got.
Oh yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, and then the sort of cross element on the. It's not as bad on the black one actually. The graphics, but
it is a bit pentagram-esque.
Yes, yeah, it is a bit gothy.
Bob Clark says, "Why bring religion into vaping?" Depends if you agree that that's symbolic of religion. I don't really care.
I know.
I thought we were going with the fish. Stop doing crosses.
I know what he means. I think people just reach out for these poignant graphics, don't they?
Of the vulgar things people have attached to vaping, that's fine. That's nothing.
It's but you'd never get like a. Anyway, that's a completely different tangent. You'll never.
I've seen Holocaust-related liquids before. That helps. If you want to see how fucking bad people can get.
Or a liquid in a grenade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A day after the Manchester bombings. That was. Don't do that.
Hey, guess what?
Cold peas aren't hot.
They've done a new colour of the Wasp Nano RTA.
Bullshit.
Dark blue. So if you were holding off on getting the Wasp Nano RTA because it wasn't the right colour.
I was.
There's now a dark blue one available. So
if you're a Chelsea or Everton supporter, then I've got a colour for you.
Yeah, if I was buying one, now there is a blue one. To be honest, I probably would be tempted by the blue one, but that's here and there. It's out now, so check that out. The old blue Wasp Nano RTA. Haven't heard nothing about that RTA. I haven't seen a review. I haven't seen a picture. It's been out for months, and the RDA just took off.
Yeah,
the RTA, I haven't heard a peep. They should try sending it to some reviewers or something.
Yeah, especially for the price point, but they probably didn't realise why the first one worked. You know, the RDA was huge because it hit exactly what people were vaping anyway, and it was a third of the price, quarter of the price, and it worked, which no one was expecting.
Yeah.
There's been a few like that. Do you remember the Serpent tank back in the day? That went ridiculous because
timing everything.
It was what people were vaping, and it was £23. So it was like having
timing is everything. When that Serpent came out,
60 quid off.
There wasn't a lot of low wattage affordable tanks.
No.
That replicated that sort of 20 watt.
I still remember my wonderful friend vaping shows up. We were in a bar, and he said, "They paying you yet?" And I went, "Who?" And he said, "We're Tofo." I said, "What for?" He said, "The Serpent." I said, "Why would they tell me that?" And he said, "You must have said that fucking name about 1,000,000 times. Every twat in the world's got one." He said, "They owe you a commission. If they gave you £1 for each one, you could buy a car." And I went, "Oh, I don't know." No idea.
There was a Cthulhu product that they literally sold double the amount they were planning to produce through our group. I can't remember exactly which Cthulhu product it was, but everyone in our group went nuts, which forced a pre-order demand. And as a result of that, they doubled their production plan. And they ended. I can't remember which Cthulhu. What was if someone can remember? There was a certain Cthulhu product that everyone bought in the group, and they sold. I think they sold 60,000 units instead of the planned 30,000. Off the back of telling wholesalers that they'd already sold 500 in pre-sale, off the back of one picture. So but that's years ago. So these things, it does work out like that. Timing is everything. The Wasp Nano again, the RDA again. There wasn't a lot of single coil affordable squonky RDAs, and it was so squonky, and everyone jumped on it. And
it was so affordable. So there were so many different colours. And I just
did that. It was nice.
And then the D Pro Mini was the one after that. That took off and went flying as well.
Oh, Bob thinks it might have been the Gaia. Hasta?
Oh yeah, it was.
John
It was.
Hasta? It could have been. I can't.
I think it was the Gaia. Oh, Cards has gone with both.
Cheers, yeah, no, it is. But it was one of those. That does ring a bell. But that's how these things work, you know. So yes, that's the new stuff. Bit of a mixed bag. But yeah, the two things I've got, I'm okay with actually. The Endura, I'm always interested to see where they go with that, and this Squonker's quite natty.
I quite like that.
Yes.
People don't know that you're built like a mole and you've got massive hands. That's why things look small.
No, I haven't got big hands. I've got small hands.
That would be great if you just have massive hands. Let's do a close up. It's tiny. Fucking hell.
That's why you've always got to do a comparison.
I always used to like Bonner videos.
Look at it now.
You ordered something where Bonner was like, little tanks, all right?
I know.
Put it out, and then you get it and go, fucking look at it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, baseball mitts.
Fucking gigantic hand. Twat.
Yeah, I remember he used to say things were fiddly.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I bet they're not for me. Yeah. But that was a different time. We need to check in with TFX Scott Bonner.
Yeah, we definitely do.
See what's happening, because they're just going from strength to strength. But we haven't even shown a picture of one for months.
Ages. Yeah, we need to maybe get Bonner on.
We'll check in with Scott.
See what lockdown's been like for Bonner. Just going over the roads, chasing travellers. He's 9 foot tall. He could see him from miles away. That's his problem. Eating vegetarian food.
Right. So, any other business?
Quick ones. We are
Did you find a Facebook? I can't see a Facebook link. Do you want me to put a Facebook link?
I did put a link, but maybe it didn't come through. Maybe it didn't like the.
Yeah, if you've never commented
Gaia, it was the Gaia, by the way. That's what John Malcolm's using it at the moment. He didn't look in his own hand. It's what was I going to say?
I'm going to Google it.
Oh, not cactus. Fucking right. Crack current is unbelievably low. There are for concentrates. There's only 10 left.
It was the Gaia.
There's only 10 left of crack current on www.justadnick.org.uk, and there's there's about 30 kits, and for lemon crack, there's 40 concentrates and thingy kits. If you want to order, even though you ordered last week, that's fine because these are separate orders. Do it again. Yeah.
Is Moma in yet?
I'm just talking to the supplier actually. I paid for it live on show last week. So I think it's up in the air. I think it's literally in the air. Are you actually cutting your hair?
I've got to make a start.
Live on the show. Right. Yeah.
I just need to adjust.
Next is Moma and Mabacco. So I've got 400 bottles of Mabacco being split across 2 different concentrates and kits. That was so popular last time, and it's definitely going to land in the next week. I just nearly killed me. Thank you so much for everybody who ordered crack. I know it's really popular. It was bat shit.
Are you getting some more?
Yeah.
Is it already on the way?
No, because Mark's doing a list. We had 75 orders in 40 minutes.
It's crazy.
It was absolutely bad. And then it obviously went on and on and on and on and on the whole weekend.
You got any left?
It was great fun though. I love doing stuff like that.
You got any left?
I just said we've got 10 concentrates of crack currant and 40 lemon.
Last chance.
You've really 10. That's
Last
it. That's
chance
all there is.
saloon.
It was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, Andy says when's Moma coming back? Should be before the show next week. And I was thinking about this because I could never get this right, and I got this now. If you liked,
I can't do it because it's mirrored.
Dem 2, no, that one from Coil Vapes, the tobacco. You will like Mabacco.
Yeah.
I never had a way of wording it, and then I was like, that's how to word it. That's exactly what it is. It's a tiny bit more grown up. Like there's a little. It's the sweetness is pulled back, but really slightly. But if you like that, you'll like this, and that was absolutely huge. And it's way cleaner for a dark liquid. I don't know about. I was talking to someone about this the other day. If you see a brown liquid, I don't know about you, but I go, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I just think
I'll be re-wicking that quickly.
But in a day, but it's not at all.
It's
not as clean as a clear. It's not as clean as a totally clear. But it's for what it is, tobacco. It's really clean.
It's obviously something about tobacco ones though that.
Well, there is because they've got tobacco in them. It's like vanilla is a tosser for stuff like that. You can get way worse ones. The amount of sugar in some samples I've been sent before, and it.
Do you mean sugar or do you mean sweetener?
Sweetener. I mean, but in an hour, the coil is.
Oh yeah, it can
fucked.
be. Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not. Yeah, there's so much in this.
It's still a massive part of a lot of American juices, you know.
Well, it's funny because Moma's really clean. It's coming out of America, which is mad. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen because they don't care. Europeans have been obsessed with clean coils for years, and Americans have never given a shit. And suddenly they've got Momo and it's clean.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, that's it.
So that's that. So keep your eyes. I'll literally jump on just adnic.org.uk now if you want crack because it's
going.
It won't be there tomorrow.
No.
And you've been warned. And we warned you last week. Yes, so that's that. And then Moma's on the way. Happy days. That's it, I think. That's it for this week.
Oh, we've got the week off next week.
Oh, we confirmed.
We always forget to say that. We're not here next
week. They'll be cross of us now.
They'll be cross of us, sorry. But that just go, no, and get more drunk. And then it'll be fine.
Yeah, no show next week.
It's the next Thursday leads into the Easter weekend, so you can just start as you mean to go on.
Exactly. Right. I didn't even think of that, does it? Is next Friday Good Friday?
Point. Yes. Yeah, that's worked out perfect because you've got better things to do on a bank holiday.
I saw, just to end it, I did see a brilliant, you sometimes see a Facebook memory. I saw a Facebook memory and it said, this was last week, and it said, the Pope has announced this week that Easter is cancelled. This year, Jesus is staying dead. I laughed at my own past joke. I thought, that was quite funny.
What was it
He's
about
going to
then?
the cave. Forget it. Done.
Start waving.
See ya.
Bye.
I get